Welcome at It's Never Too Far Away. Today I will do something I haven't done in quite a while. I will fly Lufthansa long distance. I'm flying today from my hometown airport in Germany via Frankfurt to Seoul in South Korea. And why did I say that I haven't flown Lufthansa long distance in quite a while? Well, actually, I have been flying long distance very often in the last years, but Lufthansa is just never coming as one of the good options out of Germany. And this time, they actually did. It's December 25, Christmas. Nice decoration here at the airport. There are not too many people traveling today, so if you do travel, it's convenient because lines are pretty short. If you have your boarding passes already printed out after checking in online, you can go to these check-in machines. These machines are not always fun as they don't really work, but I have to say this time everything worked totally properly and it was very easy to check in the baggage, print out all the receipts. Very easy, very fast. I bought the ticket 4 months ago, and actually originally the routing was via Munich and the return ticket is still via Munich, so I'm quite happy that Lufthansa changed the itinerary on the way to Korea and now it is via Frankfurt. Let us have a quick look at the Lufthansa group structure. Lufthansa itself is actually just one brand out of several that are in the group. Among Eurowings, Swiss, Austrian and Brussels Airlines. Also Air Dolomiti of North Italy is a 100% owned daughter. The Lufthansa Group airlines are of course part of Star Alliance. And now let's fly. The first flight to Frankfurt is performed on an Airbus A321. The boarding announcements at the gate were in German only. That is unusual. The welcome on board was okay. Seats and legroom were nothing special. No power outlets, no video screens. As in all Lufthansa narrow bodies, business class also had economy seats. In the air, work of the crew was suspended early due to minor turbulence that lasted 3 minutes. There was not much to be missed though, as I did receive the free bottle of water and only did not get that piece of Lufthansa chocolate. The aircraft received a gate position at Frankfurt Terminal 1, which Lufthansa occupies together with its Starlines partners and which is one of the large hubs of the Lufthansa Group. Throughout the terminal, Lufthansa branding is applied to many gates. A quick look at Lufthansa's fleet reveals that the carrier has quite a few different long-haul varieties and uses the Airbus A320 family for operations in Europe. Some regional aircraft are also operated by fully owned CityLine and Air Dolomiti. The Lufthansa brand has its 2 hubs in Munich and here in Frankfurt, where it is clearly the dominant carrier. One interesting fact is that Lufthansa is still keeping a substantial fleet of aged 4-engined aircraft. namely the Airbus A340 and the Boeing 747, but soon also again a few Airbus A380s. When it comes to the mighty Queen of the Skies, Lufthansa was in late 2022 actually the last major carrier with a sizable operational fleet of passenger Boeing 747s. Both the -400 and the -8 versions were in use. While a growing fleet of Airbus A350s had already arrived to the fleet some years earlier, in 2022 Lufthansa also finally took delivery of the first of its much delayed Boeing 787 Dreamliners. Now let's have a look at what the homepage has on the 747-400. Actually, there's nothing besides some very basic technical facts about the aircraft and a seat map for download. The aircraft has a business class, a premium economy and the basic economy class cabins. And who would have thought this after all airlines took out their 747s during the COVID crisis? I was standing at the window of the gate and outside was that familiar big nose, together with that wonderful long haul feeling. Other aircraft just can't match this. So here we are at the boarding gate. It is a Boeing 747-400. Lufthansa changed the aircraft from a 747-8 just a couple of days ago. So I am again missing a chance to fly on the 747-8. But I'm taking maybe my last chance to fly the 747-400. Not so bad either. On boarding, the welcomes by the crew were nice. The seats had adjustable headrests. Legroom was okay, but nothing to celebrate. The entertainment screens were certainly on the smaller side compared to competition. Oops, and what is this? That drinks holder maybe works on April Fool's Day, if at all. Lufthansa had actually a different solution. No drinks holder is needed when they only come around to serve drinks twice in total, and both times when food is served on an 11-hour flight. Even on a night flight, that really is pretty poor. Anyway, first things first, captain's announcement.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and Merry Christmas. This is your captain speaking. And on behalf of Lufthansa and the entire crew, I welcome you on our Boeing 747 on our flight to Seoul. We are just waiting for the last few pieces of luggage to be loaded. After we are ready to go, so I wish an enjoyable flight.
Takeoff was in the mid-afternoon, just before sunset in Central Europe at this time of the year. This was certainly a jet lag flight, with arrival at around 10 in the next morning on an 8-hour time difference. The crew, by the way, was mixed German and Korean. The Korean men were the friendliest of them. The German females were the furthest away from them. Soon the light outside turned purple, and one sad phenomenon of the current time became visible. Russian airspace was closed for Western European airlines. The line on the flight path indicated the most shortest route, but the actual path deviated to the south. Actual flight time therefore was around 90 minutes longer than normal in this direction. After some time in the air, kids were the first to receive their meals. The mouse look of one of the items was a nice feature. The map or flight path is always my personal #1 choice on long flights. The 3D image in Lufthansa's system was pretty cool. As there was no initial drinks cart, the first round of service was the main meal. It was complete with a salad, just leaves and dressing, thin and dry bread with butter and brie cheese, a relatively small but okay main course, and a dessert cake. Drinks were now served as well. After everything was taken up again, 1 bottle of water was handed out to everyone. At half a liter, this was of good quantity to last for some time of the flight. Crew then passed around one more time to make everyone lower their shades, and that was around 5 to 6 hours before sunrise, by the way, and for handing out arrival cards. I know it, most of all passengers just want to sleep anyway, but for me it is always again ridiculous and angering me how it is being forbidden to look outside. Looking out with the world passing by below to me is one of the greatest things, even in darkness. Lights were turned off, and that was it for the next 7 hours. It was of course possible to ask for a drink in the galley, but this whole time was certainly no period of hard work for the crew. After overflying Kazakh and West Chinese deserts, the sun eventually was shining again. 1.5 hours before landing, daylight was allowed in again, and breakfast was served together with just the second offer for drinks. It can't be said that it was a lot that was there for breakfast, but at least many competing European airlines are also not much better on the snack before arrival. Regardless of what others do, Lufthansa for its part certainly was going for the most scaled down in-flight service that was possible. Honestly, there was little to be praised. What I can already tell is that the return flight was a whole lot better, and I invite you to stay tuned for that video. For now, as always, thanks for watching.